In the heart of the ancient Oyo Empire, where the winds whispered secrets and the thunder roared in the sky, there ruled a king of immense power and fury, Sango, the god of thunder and lightning. His kingdom was vast, and his might was unmatched, but within the walls of his grand palace, a quieter, more intense drama unfolded. Sango's love for his three wives, Oya, Oba, and Osun, was legendary, but so too was the rivalry that simmered between them. Oya, the fierce goddess of winds and storms, was Sango's first wife and the embodiment of his power. She was a warrior, often standing beside Sango in battle, her presence heralded by violent winds and raging storms. She was passionate, strong-willed, and deeply loved by Sango for her fiery spirit. Oba, Sango's second wife, was the goddess of rivers. She was the epitome of loyalty, kindness, and devotion. Oba's love for Sango was pure and unwavering, and she was known for her gentle nature and nurturing spirit. She was the peacemaker, the one who sought to maintain harmony in the palace. Osun, the third wife, was the goddess of beauty, fertility, and prosperity. She was graceful, charming, and the most beautiful of the three. Her beauty was renowned throughout the land, and she took great pride in it, often using her allure to win Sango's favor. The love Sango had for his wives was genuine, but it was different for each one. Oya's strength captivated him, Osun's beauty mesmerized him, and Oba's unwavering loyalty touched his heart. However, as with many great loves, jealousy began to creep into the palace. The three wives vied for Sango's affection, each trying to prove that she was his true love. Oba, who was deeply in love with Sango, began to feel overshadowed by the more assertive Oya and the more beautiful Osun. She longed to rekindle the deep connection she once shared with her husband, and this longing soon turned into desperation. One day, Osun, in her cunning, decided to play a cruel trick on Oba. She knew that Oba was eager to win Sango's love and suggested that the way to a man's heart was through his stomach. Osun, with a sly smile, told Oba that if she truly wanted to prove her love for Sango, she should cook him a special meal using a part of herself, her ear. Osun's words, though deceptive, planted a seed in Oba's mind. Oba, who was innocent and trusting, believed that such a sacrifice would show Sango the depth of her love and devotion. Determined to prove herself, Oba decided to follow through with the plan, believing that this act would make her Sango's favorite once again. With a heavy heart but a mind set on her goal, Oba went to the kitchen. She prepared a lavish feast for Sango, one that was filled with the finest ingredients the palace could offer. As the final touch, Oba cut off her own ear and added it to the stew, believing that this sacrifice would solidify her place in Sango's heart. When Sango sat down to the meal, he was initially pleased by the aroma and taste. But as he continued to eat, he discovered something strange in the stew. To his horror, he realized it was a piece of flesh, Oba's ear. Shocked and disgusted, Sango called for Oba and demanded to know what she had done. Oba, with tears in her eyes, explained that she had made the sacrifice out of love, believing that it would make Sango love her more. Instead of the affection she had hoped for, Sango was furious. He could not understand why Oba would do something so extreme and foolish. In his anger and revulsion, Sango cast Oba out, condemning her act as one of madness rather than love. Heartbroken and humiliated, Oba fled the palace, her spirit shattered by Sango's rejection. As she ran, her tears fell to the ground, and where they touched, a river began to form. In her sorrow, Oba transformed into the river that bore her name, flowing endlessly in search of solace. Oya, witnessing the devastation of Oba, was filled with a storm of emotions, anger, guilt, and sorrow. Unable to bear the pain of the conflict and the rift that had torn her family apart, Oya too fled the palace. As she ran, the winds howled and the skies darkened. She eventually transformed into the Niger River, her waters powerful and unyielding, reflecting her tempestuous spirit. Osun, overcome with guilt for her role in Oba's downfall, could not remain in the palace either. She fled to the forest, where the vibrant life around her matched the beauty she once embodied. There, she transformed into the Osun River, her waters golden and life-giving, a stark contrast to the turmoil she had caused. Though each wife became a river, their paths were forever separated. It is said that to this day, the waters of Oba, Oya, and Osun never meet, symbolizing the enduring rift between them. The rivers flow independently, each carrying the legacy of their tragic love for Sango, but never reuniting. Oba's story became a cautionary tale among the Yoruba people, a story of love, sacrifice, and the dangers of jealousy and deception. The rivers that bear the names of Sango's wives are revered, and their story is told to remind people of the price of rivalry and the enduring consequences of their actions. Sango, Oya, and Osun continued to rule, but the shadow of Oba's sacrifice and the transformation of the wives lingered in the palace. Her story was a reminder to all that love, no matter how deep, must be guided by wisdom and respect, not desperation or deceit.